I'm going to talk a bit about stress. Okay, I know I've done that before, but I'm going to talk a bit about why that happens. Okay, and a little bit more about what it means. Hold on, just a tick. Yeah, what happens in the body when you feel stressed, especially when you feel highly stressed, and also how to recognize it in others, and also maybe what to do about it when you become aware of it. Okay, so first of all, did you know that 85% of disease is actually caused by emotions and stress related illnesses? Yeah, 85% of disease. That's incredible. By emotions and stress related illnesses, especially by emotions. So your body expresses your thoughts and your emotions, okay, as physical sensations in the body, and that's how it communicates to you about what's happening in your experience. Okay, so the quality and condition of your physical health has a lot to do with how you're feeling and what you're thinking. So when you are highly stressed, your immune system becomes compromised, doesn't it? Yes, because even low level stress over a period of time creates the same condition, okay, and you become more susceptible to colds and flus and and other kind of bugs that are going around. And it's because of this, you know because of this compromised immune system. It's not just, goodness, the sun's getting in my eyes. It's not just emotions and thoughts that cause these stress. I'm going to put my sunglasses on, sorry. But it's also hormones in food and environmental stress, environmental pollutions, and generational patterns, genetics, and also geopathic stress. And it makes you more susceptible to contracting and triggering disease in the body. Okay, so strong emotions, they tend to drain the body. Okay, it's like having too much of a good thing, or too much of something that isn't good for you. And when we're talking about negative thoughts and emotions, okay, what's happening is that your neuropathways fire off electromagnetic fields, okay, which then circulate around the body. These electromagnetic fields, they hold your experiences, okay, and they change matter. So they change what's happening. They can actually change the cells, okay. So that's what's happening, and you are your matter. So to give you an example of this, really, it's, when you walk into a room and you hear people saying, gee, the atmosphere's thick in here. Or you walk into a room and it's like, oh, it's nice and light and airy and fun. That's because you're picking up on the electromagnetic fields of the person or the people who have spent time in that room. So you're connecting to these fields and you're picking that up. And that's kind of an example of how, okay, of how that neural pathways, of how that electromagnetic field can change the situation, can change matter. Okay, so when your body is constantly in that state of being highly stressed, it gets hooked on being in a fight or flight state. And this really depletes the body of essential nutrients, because your protection system, okay, that part of the system that really protects you from contact contracting all these viruses, the flu and cold and bacteria and fungus and parasites and inflammation and all that kind of stuff, that your protection system usually can protect you from that. It's got enough to kind of manage that in your body. But when you're stressed, that system gets overloaded and overworked, and it can't protect you like it used to. So what happens when we get into a pattern of stress and negative thinking, it's that the brain becomes threat focused. Okay, so what you focus on, you create more of. So, and the system that kind of focuses on that is, the RES, which is the reticular activating system in the brain, and it creates more of this thinking pattern. Okay, it's designed to ensure your survival, so it zeroes in on stuff that fits how you're actually feeling inside. Now, I know we all kind of can put on an act, we can all put on, when we're in an external environment, we can show people a side of us that we want to be seen, but we can't fool ourselves. So that the RES, reticular activating system, designed to keep you alive, will focus on and take in everything that it perceives as a possible threat, and it filters out anything that may be seen as positive, because it's threat focused. It's responding to your previous thoughts and thinking. Okay, so it reinforces your negative state of being and your tendency to think and perceive things in the worst way. And the second thing that happens is that this perception goes straight to the amygdala. Okay, it goes straight to the panic button in our brain, and that sends a signal to the control center in our brain, which is the CEO, which is the hypothalamus. And the hypothalamus then activates our autonomic nervous system, and boom, that's our fight or flight activated. That's our system triggered. So what people often struggle to understand, about people who are in that state, in that stressful, really anxious state, what people seem to, the struggle to get is just get out of that. But what you have to remember is, when people get into that highly stressed state, especially over a period of time, if you're constantly in that state, okay, it takes at least 20 minutes, possibly more, to actually get that system to calm down or switch off. Sometimes if you're in that state a lot, it's not going to switch off, and that's where trauma comes in. But it takes at least 20 minutes or more for that system to calm down. And when that person's in that state, they can't think straight, they can't talk, because that part of the brain that helps them kind of figure things out and use speech is cut off for a while, because your body's so highly stressed. So it's really understanding that and giving that person the space and the time to just calm back down. And one of the things you can do for that is breathing. Okay, I know we breathe anyway, but breathing exercises really help you to change that state. So when you focus your attention on the present moment, focus your attention on the breath, on the breathing, and on the present moment, okay, on what's happening right now, right in this moment, you can pay attention to pay attention to the feeling, pay attention to what's happening inside, and then you can gently allow it to pass while breathing through it. And doing these exercises, doing these mindful exercises, really, really does help to change that way that brain is actually activating. It really helps change the electromagnetic field, the way that it's actually thinking and being, and that helps the system to calm down. So folks, I hope that was helpful, and that's all I've got to say, but I really hope that was helpful today. Hello Fazil, I hope you're having a lovely day, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now. Bye.